As you apply or consider applying for a child care stabilization grant, you need to be thinking about how you will use this funding. Because it's a grant and not a loan, you do not need to pay the money back. However, you must keep written or electronic records of how you spend it. This is not a first-come, first-served grant opportunity, but don't delay in applying. Use this grant money to make improvements to your program or help it recover from the COVID-19 public health emergency. You may be asking yourself what this means. Well, you can use the money for a wide variety of physical and program updates or improvements, things like maintenance or minor changes to your physical space, buying cleaning supplies or personal protective equipment, paying late fees on business-related bills, getting more play equipment, providing staff training, or finding resources to support staff and children's mental health. During this video, we'll summarize the 8 options you have for using your grant and explain different ways you can keep track of or document how you spend the money. Before we get started, we just want to stress that these stabilization grants are an almost unprecedented investment in your profession. Please take advantage of this unique opportunity and apply for the grant. You have 8 options for using child care stabilization grant funds. There's personnel costs, payroll and salaries and benefits, rent or mortgage payments, utilities, facilities, or insurance, facility maintenance and improvements, personal protective equipment, cleaning and sanitation supplies and services or training, purchases of or updates to equipment and supplies to respond to COVID-19, goods and services necessary to maintain or resume child care services, mental health support for children and employees, and professional development related to health and safety practices. You do not have to submit receipts or invoices to get your grant money, but you do have to document how you spend it, and you'll need to keep those written or electronic records for at least 5 years. Your program could be the subject of an audit on how you use the federal funds to assist your program. If that happens, you'll need to be able to show how you spent your grant money and that it was used to improve your program or help it recover from the COVID-19 public health emergency. Consult a financial advisor if you have questions about this. Here are some best practices to help you track your spending, and not just spending related to your grant money. Choose a physical space, such as a file folder, accordion file folder, or file box to store your receipts as soon as you bring them into your business or home. Tom Copeland, the nation's leading expert on the business of family childcare, offers a wealth of advice about record keeping on his website you can use to improve your record keeping practices. Some of these include: don't wait until the end of the year to collect receipts, invoices, and records. You should do this on a regular basis. Review your records monthly to make sure you have everything in order. Keep your records in one place. Use envelopes to store receipts by category of expense. Make sure your receipts are labeled and can be read. If you forgot to get a receipt, or you couldn't get one, say for a parking meter or a garage sale purchase, make one of your own to remind you of the expense. Now, despite your best efforts, paper records can fade or become damaged. Saving files electronically is an excellent backup system. Do this by scanning or taking pictures of your receipts and storing them in a file on your electronic device. If you have not established an electronic backup system and have noticed some of your paper records are damaged, visit Tom Copeland's website for advice on how to reconstruct your records. If you're keeping records that aren't paper-based, like by making payments with apps or electronic transfers, you may want to keep all your records on a computer or another electronic device. This could also be a good time to consider moving to storing all of your records electronically. Tom Copeland also has information on electronic and online record keeping on his blog. However you choose to maintain your records electronically, be sure you have them backed up. You could use an online cloud service or create your own backup on an external hard drive. Contact your local Child Care Resource and Referral Agency, or CCR&R, enrollment agency, union representative, or WEDCO for more information on online record keeping, software, and backup systems. You can find information on the CCR&R that can help you through a link in your application. Record keeping is a vital part of maintaining your child care program. And if you receive a child care stabilization grant, you are required to document how you spend the money. Remember, your program could be audited. We wanted to end this section with some quick information on what kinds of documentation the IRS will accept. They'll accept electronic or paper receipts as long as they are secure, accessible, and can be read. They'll also accept scanned receipts, credit card statements, and digitized expense reports. If you don't have original receipts, you could submit other things like canceled checks, credit or debit card statements, written records you've created, calendar notations, and photographs. And it'll be helpful if you can find these expenses on your bank statements as backup. You have a lot of options for using this grant money, and remember, it's a grant, not a loan, so you don't have to pay it back. You do have to keep records of how you spend the funds. Think about how the pandemic has affected your program, staff, children, families, and you. Would any of the examples we just reviewed help your program to recover or improve? You may think of other ways to spend money from this category. The examples we provided are not a complete list. Talk to your local CCR&R, enrollment agency, union representative, or WEDCO if you have ideas we didn't cover in these videos. You can also use your grant money for an option you didn't apply for. For example, if you wanted to use your grant for upcoming mortgage payments, but find you need more personal protective equipment like masks, you can use the money to purchase those supplies without reapplying for the grant or notifying the Office of Children and Family Services, or OCFS. If you do want to use your grant money for a different category, make sure you have a good understanding of the new category and the options within it. Reach out to your local CCR&R, enrollment agency, union representative, or WEDCO if you have questions, and document so you have records of how you use the money to improve your program or help it recover from the COVID-19 public health emergency. Be sure to keep checking the Stabilization Help Center website at the address on the screen for more information and updates. OCFS will also be sending out weekly emails. They're also planning drop-in forums. These forums will give you a chance to ask any questions you might have. Stay tuned for more information on them and visit the Stabilization Center website for updates. Thank you for all you do for the children and families of New York State.